Our learning target is today I will learn about space so that I can create a work of art that includes a background for an animal. One of the elements of art is space, and we have talked about space in other lessons, but perhaps not in this same way. Our lesson for today has to do with creating a background for an animal. Now, when we create a background, we're actually using the element of space as we consider several different parts of that background. There's actually a foreground, middle ground, and background when we are considering those parts of space. In this picture, there's also a label for the horizon line. The horizon line is a fancy term that just is the boundary between the sky and the earth, or the sky and water, whatever it is that we're looking out onto. As we work on our project for today, I want you just to keep these things in mind. I want you to think about and notice that in the foreground of a work of art, those are the things that are closest to the viewer. The things in the middle ground are between the farthest things away and the closest things away. And the background is the items that are furthest away. Again, we're using the element of space, and we will get more into the element of space as you progress through your art time at TES. But today, we're just going to begin having some fun with this concept, and I need you to go to your supply bag and pull out a piece of paper with two animals stapled to it. Before you do anything with those animals, take a look at the animals here on the screen. You will notice 4 animals in 4 different backgrounds. I appreciate looking at these backgrounds as it helps me to think about what a background might consist of. For these animals, each is in their own place, and we can tell by the differences of their backgrounds. The cat that is in the tree looks like it is perhaps in the season of spring. There are blossoms on the tree, there's bright blue sky. When I look at the dog running through those flowers, I'm guessing it is summertime. And when I see that big old grizzly bear, this looks like it could be fall, maybe even heading into winter. He's nice and plump, and the background is fairly sparse. There's not a lot of trees or anything that looks like it's in bloom. So I'm looking at the backgrounds and getting more ideas about where these animals are. That's your job for today. Where is your animal? Here's a sample of one of our finished projects. Notice that the dog is what was given to me. This is what was clipped out of the magazine, but I have created the background. I imagined where this dog might be in this picture. I have included a horizon line, and then I created a sky and a field or grassy area where the dog has just jumped out of the lake. Another example is this horse. The horse was what was given to me, and I have created the background. I haven't included too many details because the horse was what was up front and center in the foreground. This last example was created by one of our new recess teachers, and her name is Miss Pasillas. She created this example using cats. The cats, as you'll notice, are inside, but can you tell which is closer, which is further away? And do you also notice that outside is even further away? This is a super example of using space within a work of art. So let's get started. These were the 2 animals that were attached to my piece of drawing paper, and I've carefully removed the staple and decided to use just the horse picture. As far as what you can do, you are welcome to use either animal, you pick. You are welcome to use both animals, but I want you to choose at least one of them to put into your picture. The first thing I need to do is cut out the animal super carefully. This is going to require a lot of careful cutting for me because this horse is very detailed. Go ahead and cut out your animal the way you would like it to look for your picture. Once the animal is cut out, it's time to make some decisions. First of all, consider what materials you have to use. Are you going to be using crayons, markers, paints, watercolors, pastels? It's really up to you. Whatever you have available and are allowed to use, then give it a try. Try out some new things. What can you put in your background to make it exciting? I have decided that my horse is going to be glued on at the very end because I'm going to use crayons and markers, and I know that that might be hard to not accidentally color on the horse. So once I've decided where the horse goes in my picture, then I start creating a background for it. I'm going to speed up this part of the video so that you can just kind of watch how I've created it, and then you can create your own. There is no right or wrong way to do this. I just want you to have fun thinking about where your animal is and then create from there. My coloring is pretty much complete. I don't need to color under the area where the horse is going to be, and now I'm going to glue it down. Once I've glued down this picture and make sure that the animal sticks down well, it's finished. And this is the part I get excited about because I love it when you are turning in your work on Seesaw or Google Classroom and I get to admire all the beautiful things that you make. Thank you so much for working hard on your art project, and since we all have different animals, it's going to be so much fun to see where all of these animals end up. Keep up the great work, Cubs!